you're a student or you just graduated, you've probably felt it, right? That little bit of anxiety about what's next. I mean, you did everything you were supposed to. You followed the playbook, but now AI is here and it feels like it's changing all the rules. So let's get into it, because what might feel like a huge threat to your career could actually be your single biggest advantage.
And really, this is the question, isn't it? For so long, a college degree was like the golden ticket. But now, well, it's not so simple. So today, we're going to tackle this head on. We'll connect two totally different perspectives, one from a billionaire entrepreneur and the other from an economist, to build a brand new playbook for success.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the new reality for graduates, then we'll jump into Mark Cuban's playbook. After that, we'll dig into why the college degree's value is shifting, and then we'll forge a new path from all those insights. And we'll wrap up with a really important question for you to think about.
Okay, so first things first. That feeling of uncertainty, it's not just in your head. The data, the numbers, they all show that a real fundamental shift is happening in the job market, like right now. And look, that isn't my opinion. That's a direct quote from recent analysis. The old straightforward path of get a degree, get a good job, it's starting to break down. And you know what? Facing that reality is the very first step toward building a new, better path. Just think about this for a second. For decades, a college degree was pretty much your biggest advantage out there. But that advantage, it's shrinking. Right now, the unemployment gap between people with degrees and people without them is the narrowest it has been in 30 years. So your degree alone just doesn't guarantee you'll stand out anymore.
Okay, so the old rules are breaking. What are the new ones? Well, for that, let's turn to someone like Mark Cuban. He looks at this chaotic new world not as a threat, but as a massive opportunity. That is, if you know where to look.
And he makes this super personal. This is literally the advice he's giving his own kids. It's a strategy not just to survive in the age of AI, but to actually win. And his strategy is pretty simple, just two parts. First, he says forget the giant corporations. They already have huge AI teams. The real opportunity is with the small and mid-sized companies that are desperate for someone, anyone, who understands this stuff. And second, use that superpower you carry around in your pocket. You have more access to expertise and data on your phone than any generation ever. Use it. And this right here, this is the core of the new playbook. Don't think of AI as your competition. You have to see it as your native language. You are Generation AI. You're an AI native. That fluency is exactly what makes you so valuable, especially to all those companies where everyone else is still trying to figure it out. This is your new edge. But to really get why Mark Cuban's advice is so spot on, we need to dig a little deeper into what's actually happening with the college degree itself. And for that, we're going to turn to an economist, Richard Vedder, who explains this fundamental change in its value. So Vedder argues that a college degree used to be a powerful signal. Back in the 80s, the 90s, if you had a degree, it clearly signaled to employers, hey, this person is one of the best and brightest. But today, that signal is getting fuzzy. It's gotten weak. The degree all by itself just doesn't send that same clear message anymore. So, why is it fading? Well, Vedder says it's kind of a perfect storm. You've got massive grade inflation, so an A doesn't mean what it used to. At the same time, technology is changing so fast that what you learned as a freshman might be totally outdated by the time you're a senior. And finally, with more people going to college than ever, the degree itself doesn't make you unique. It's become the starting line, not the differentiator. And here's the real kicker. AI is getting incredibly good at the exact kind of work that used to be the first rung on the career ladder. Basic research, writing first drafts, analyzing data. As AI starts to take over that foundational work, the classic entry-level job is starting to disappear, making it even tougher to get your foot in the door with just a degree. Okay, so this is where it all comes together. That fading signal of the degree that the economist Vedder described, that is precisely the opening that Mark Cuban's strategy is designed to exploit. It's time to build the new playbook. And here it is. This is the essential shift in thinking you have to make. If the diploma signal is getting weaker, you can't rely on it to speak for you anymore. You have to create your own signal of value. You have to actually prove what you can do, not just show a credential. So just look at the difference here. The old playbook was all about the diploma. The new playbook, it's about tangible skills, about having a portfolio. The old target was some huge corporation. The new target is a smaller company where you can actually have a huge impact. Your old edge was your grades. Your new edge is your fluency with AI and your willingness to just go for it. So, where does all this leave us? Well, it's about shifting from a place of anxiety about the future to a place of agency, a place where you are in control of your own story and your own value.
Look, your degree isn't worthless. It can still open the door and get you in the room for the interview. But in the age of AI, it is not enough to let you stay in the room. So the final question is for you. How will you prove you're worth keeping? How are you going to show them your value? That's the question that you now have the power to answer.
Thank you for watching Jobs Are Gone with AI. Have a